Good morning and welcome to another episode of Burning Questions with Eric. Today's question is from Janice, and she wants to know if any of my characters have ever surprised me. Well, the fact is it happens quite often. The one I want to talk about today is one of my favorite characters is Kara. She's Netra's childhood friend in the first series, Immortality and Chaos. Kara was never intended to be anything more than a peripheral character. She was really kind of there as contrast to Netra, weak, frightened by everything, just a good girl who sort of goes along all the time and never causes any waves. In fact, when she went to Karath with the other tenders, my intention was that she was going to be the first one among them to take the soul bit, and something bad was going to come out of it. It was going to badly injure her or kill her even. And instead, when the first mother turned to her and said, well, you're going first, it was to my very great surprise when Kara said no. I was just stunned. I stopped right then and I thought, wait a minute, this isn't what's supposed to happen. I really just hit me out of nowhere. And fortunately, I was smart enough to not argue with her and just let her run with it. And so I just kind of went along to see what it was. And, you know, what it is she just felt very strongly that this is something that's wrong. She maybe couldn't put it into words, but she just felt I shouldn't do this. And in a way, she is a greater hero than any of the rest of them in the book because, you know, we equate heroes with people who can do superhuman things. And it's one thing to be a hero when you have a great deal of power like Rome does or Quailok or Netra, and you can do all these earth-shaking things. But to be a hero when you're just a regular person and you don't have any special abilities, but you have a sense of what is right and what is wrong, and you're willing to stand up for that, even when everyone turns against you. And she was ostracized, she was exiled, although she was allowed to stay there, and she was looked down on, and yet she stuck with it. She said, okay, this is the choice I've made, and this is what I'm going to do. And that to me is she's an unsung hero, and I fell in love with her character and the way that she didn't do it fancy. She just stuck with it, and then what she did was vital. Without her, Karath might have been lost. There might have been nothing for Rome and Quailok to return to. The war could have been over before it really got started. The way she held the city together, not through fancy speeches or fiery rhetoric, but by simply speaking from the heart. And so she became, from a peripheral character, one of my favorite characters completely by surprise. And I really love her character. And I look forward to having this happen again and again. There are other characters this has happened with, and I'll talk about them at a different time. Have a great day.